This video is brought to you by Ridge Wallet, a slim front pocket wallet available in carbon fiber and titanium. With more than 250,000 sold, a lifetime guarantee and free shipping, get 10% off with the code GOLDFISH at ridgewallet.com. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another Instant Deck Tech. So as you know, Monday means it's Modern Monday here in Instant Deck Tech land, and today we have a super spicy, sort of combo-ish aggro deck. This is a deck I'm calling Nivmagus Pacts. It comes to us from second season, who took it to a top 8 finish in a small Magic League tournament. So congrats to second season on a really interesting deck. A quick reminder before we break down Nivmagus Pacts for Modern. If you enjoy this deck and you want to see it made into videos, take a minute, click the like button, the subscribe button, leave a comment, anything you can do to support your deck, because whichever deck is most popular gets a shot at being made into videos next week. So Nivmagus Pact, it's kind of an aggro beatdown creature deck, but really it's a combo deck built around Nivmagus Elemental. So Nivmagus Elemental, one of the more unique one-drops we've ever seen in Magic. So for a blue or a red, one is it hybrid mana, you get a 1/2, which is not that exciting. However, it has a really cool ability where you can exile an instant or sorcery you control, and you put 2 counters on Nivmagus Elemental. So let's say you lightning bolt your opponent's face. Instead of letting that resolve, you can be like, alright, I'm going to eat that with Nivmagus Elemental, get 2 counters, it'll be up to a 3/4. So that's the plan of the deck. First off, we need to find our Nivmagus Elemental, or our backup Nivmagus Elemental, which is Kiln Fiend. So Kiln Fiend is kind of like a temporary Nivmagus Elemental. Nivmagus Elemental eats the spells off the stack. Kiln Fiend just triggers whenever we cast a spell to get +3/+0, so this gives us a little bit of redundancy. We really need at least one of these creatures, and we kind of have the Boggles problem to some extent, where we just don't have that many creatures in our deck. We have tons of powerful support cards. We can win super quickly when we have a creature, but we kind of need to mulligan into a creature, because there's a realistic shot that we just won't find one if we don't have one in our opening hand. That said, we do have a little bit of help in Flamekin Harbinger. Nivmagus Elemental, obviously an elemental. Kiln Fiend, surprisingly, an elemental beast. So Flamekin Harbinger just gives us an extra copy of whichever of our creatures we need. We cast it, we tutor up our Nivmagus or Kiln Fiend, put it on the top, the next turn we draw it, get ready to go off. So it just helps make sure that we have one of our big combo pieces. If we have both, that's great, but we really need at least one of them to win the game. So how do we win the game with Nivmagus Elemental? We're going to focus on Nivmagus. That's a namesake card, the sweeter card. Kiln Fiend, the same stuff is true. We just cast spells, it gets big, and we can kind of do the same thing with it, except it's worth mentioning Kiln Fiend one-shot. We can only do it in that turn, while Nivmagus Elemental, since it's getting counters, it can get some counters, attack for a bit, doesn't have to necessarily kill the opponent in one-shot, when Kiln Fiend really needs to get that one-shot kill. So anyway, let's say we find our Nivmagus Elemental. The idea of this deck is we're playing essentially a million mutagenic growth. So mutagenic growth, at its heart, is a free spell that gives a creature +2/+2 until end of turn. With Nivmagus Elemental, it's actually getting +2/+2 permanently, because instead of letting mutagenic growth resolve, we're going to eat it with Nivmagus Elemental to get those counters, but still, it's the same type of thing. +2/+2 for 0 mana, and along with mutagenic growth, because of how Nivmagus Elemental works, we actually have 12 more mutagenic growths in the form of various packs. Intervention Pack, Pack of the Titan, Slaughter Pack. So these cards are really sweet because they're 0 mana, so they're literally just mutagenic growths in our deck. We cast Intervention Pack, we're not going to let it resolve. We better not let it resolve or we will die because we can't pay for it. However, we can eat it with Nivmagus Elemental, so each pack we cast, we just eat with Nivmagus Elemental, it never resolves, we grow our Nivmagus Elemental super huge super quickly. So ideally with this deck, let's say on turn 1 we play Nivmagus Elemental, on turn 2 we want to play as many Intervention Packs, Packs of the Titan, Slaughter Packs, mutagenic growths as possible to grow our Nivmagus Elemental super huge. Our target is maybe to cast at least 4 of those spells is kind of the sweet spot. If we can cast 4 of them, we can do some really crazy things. And These cards are all basically replaceable. We are not letting them resolve. In theory, we can pay for Pact of the Titan or Slaughter Pack, but we're really not planning on letting them resolve. We're planning on eating them with our Nivmagus Elemental, and then we have kind of our finisher. So finisher number 1 is Ground Rift, and Ground Rift looks really weird, but it works incredibly well with Nivmagus Elemental. So Ground Rift, 1 mana, it makes it so a creature without flying can't block, which is nice. If our opponent has blockers, we can let some copies of it resolve. The big deal is that it has Storm, and Nivmagus Elemental can eat the Storm copies as well. So if we go something like turn 1 Nivmagus, turn 2 Pact, eat them all with Nivmagus Elemental, then we cast Ground Rift for just a single mana, we're going to actually be getting 1, 2, 3, 4 spells on our stack essentially for just a single mana, which means Ground Rift is giving Nivmagus Elemental, if we eat all those copies, like +8/+8 in that situation, and it sticks permanently. So hopefully we win right then. If we don't win right then, we're still going to have a super massive Nivmagus Elemental. We're also pumping our Kiln Fiend along the way. So Ground Rift is kind of finisher number 1. Just lets us double up all of our packs. Once we make the Nivmagus Elemental or Kiln Fiend huge, we got a couple other cards to just close out the game right away. So Tainted Strike, 1 mana, gives a creature +1/+0 and infect until end of turn, which basically works like a double strike spell, except it's double strike that doesn't care about lifelink if our opponent's gaining a bunch of life somehow. So if we can cast 4 spells with Nivmagus Elemental, 4 packs, or counting Ground Rift, we go like pack, Ground Rift, whatever, some combination of eating 4 spells with Nivmagus Elemental, Tainted Strike is going to pump that last point of damage up to 10 power, give us a one-shot kill. Kiln Fiend is even more insane. If we can cast 2 spells and then a Tainted Strike, that's going to make our Kiln Fiend lethal, and that's kind of the primary plan of our deck. Sure, we can just win by making our Nivmagus or Kiln Fiend super huge, but we can speed up that process with Tainted Strike, essentially giving our creature a life gain proof version of Double Strike, and then Apostle's Blessing just helps us get through blockers, also fizzles, a Fatal Push, a Lightning Bolt, things that could ruin our plan of going all in on one creature. And this is definitely a very all-in deck. Because we have so few creatures, it's definitely possible our opponent kills our 1 Nivmagus Elemental, we never draw another one, and we just die with all these uncastable packs and mutagenic growths in hand. So having some protection, really important. So that's basically the plan of the deck. Play our threat, cast a ton of packs, maybe a Ground Rift, Tainted Strike to finish things off, Apostle's Blessing for protection. As far as the mana base, Bloodstained Mire, Blood Crypt, a bunch of snow-covered basics. You don't need snow-covered basics. Don't go out and spend money on them for no reason. They're not necessary. Play normal ones. Sideboard, we get a ton of 1-mana discard to protect our combo. Make sure that we get those Fatal Pushes out of the way, the Lightning Bolts, whatever's going to ruin our day. Then we have Fatal Push to deal with opposing creatures. Something like an Eidolon or Rhetoric would be pretty brutal as we're trying to cast all these spells. Pact of Negation is more protection, plus it's just another free spell. We can always cast it and just eat it with our Nivmagus Elemental, but if we're going to win in this same exact turn, it doesn't matter that we can't pay for the pack, so we can let it resolve, fizzle a Fatal Push or something, and that is Nivmagus Pacts for Modern, and that's our Instant Deck for today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.